Hello, welcome to Mindful Meditations with Calm the Bleep Down. I'm your host, Michael Beckemeyer. This is a show where each and every episode we do a quick 10 to 15 minute meditation to help keep you going. And today, we are going to connect. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, and as always, we start off each episode with a mindful quote to sort of head into our meditation with an intent. And today's quote comes from Jack Kornfield. It reads, "When we get too caught up in the business of the world, we lose our connection with one another and ourselves." And for me, that quote speaks to a couple of different things, namely, I feel like when we are worried or depressed or anxious, those are all disconnects. Those are things where we disconnect from ourselves, from the present moment, and honestly from others. It's real hard to connect with somebody when you are having a panic attack, for instance. That's an extreme example. Or when you're depressed or sad or anything like that. It's real hard to connect with another person because your own issues are weighing so heavily on you that it's keeping you from being able to connect in that way. But also just being able to connect to the present moment. So the connection that I think we're all looking for is so that we can be in a moment with someone. Even when you're happy to see somebody and you are smiling and you get a hug or something like that, you're right there in that moment with that person. You have connected in that moment. And I think that one of the biggest problems we have today in the modern world is we've never been more like technologically connected to each other, but we've never, in a way, been more disconnected from other people because we spend so much of our time in isolation, looking at our Instagram feed or our Twitter feed and not necessarily speaking with people one-on-one. When the social media and all that stuff became a thing back 10 years ago, something like that, when it became a thing, it never made the world feel smaller because we were able to suddenly have like instantaneous global conversations with people like in the moment. But it also isolated us in a way that we had never been before because it had never existed before. So that's what we're going to meditate on today. So if you've never meditated before, this is going to be perfect for you. Just take it easy. Follow my guide. If you have meditated before, also perfectly fine. This meditation is for any meditation level. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves comfortable. And for this, you can sit down or lie down. Just get yourself as comfortable as possible. And the idea is that we will just get ourselves comfortable and relax and sort of concentrate on our breathing. So, let's do that. Okay, so at first you want to start slowing down your breath. Take some deep breaths in and some deep breaths out. And with each inhale and exhale, it helps to sort of imagine yourself getting heavier with each exhale and sort of sinking deeper into relaxation. And what our quote is talking about is when we get too caught up with the business of the world, meaning other things that pull us out of feeling present in our own life. It could literally be business of the world. Too much watching of the news cycle, politics, all of that stuff pulls us out. And what we want to be is in. We want to be in the moment. And it's really hard to do that when your mind is being pulled in a million different directions that aren't really related to you in that exact precise moment. So, as always, it is the breath, for me, that puts us back in a very simple way, back into the present moment, so that we can reconnect with our own self. And then from there, we can use that to connect to other people in our life that we need to share a moment with. So keep deepening your breath, slow your breath down. And remember, our mind is always going to be thinking. Our mind, that's what our mind does. It's constantly churning. It does not go to sleep. Even when we are asleep, our mind is still thinking and working and churning and spinning. So what we're trying to do is not be carried away by the thoughts. We want to distance ourselves from the thoughts so that we can gain some clarity. So as you are deepening your breath and deepening your relaxation, I want you to start to hopefully notice if your mind has wandered, and if it has, just come back to your breath every time. Those thoughts are going to be there when you get done. They are going to be there while you're doing this. You're just trying to gain some distance so that you can perceive things that are happening to you in a different way. When my mind is spinning and it's hard for me to meditate, sometimes it's hard to have that moment where you can slow things down in such a way that you can actually feel like you're in a meditation. Sometimes it helps me to pay attention to the sensations going on in my body, which includes sort of zooming in on the feeling of my body pressed up against the cushion that I'm sitting in or lying on. Feel the weight of myself pressing down into that space. Reason for that, because that is happening now. That's happening right now in this moment. And if you can focus on that, you are in that moment with yourself. Giving our mind something to do in terms of concentrating on our breath is also a way to sort of zoom into the present moment. We are not elsewhere when we are concentrating on our breath. We are right there in our breath, in a way, sort of giving ourselves, sort of giving our mind sort of a fidget spinner by concentrating on our breath, in and out. In and out. So just spend a few moments with yourself, following your breath in and out. Notice when your mind has wandered and come back to the breath. Imagining yourself sinking deeper into a calm, relaxed state with every exhale. Connecting to ourselves in this moment. We spend so much time, honestly, in our heads, being pulled a million different directions with all the hundreds of decisions we have to make a day, even the little ones. And I very often notice when I sit down to meditate at the end of the day that I don't think I've thought about myself once, like what was I feeling or thinking. You get so busy that you're pulled in all those different directions, and I haven't yet connected with myself, and the whole day has gone by just because of the way life happens. You get busy. And meditation is just a way to press pause on that for a second and just exist in the moment. In our last few moments together, take these last few breaths, really pay attention to the breath coming in and out, sort of savor this moment with yourself before you have to get back to your busy day. Take this time and experience this gift you have given yourself. It is the gift of calm and relaxation and clarity. And it is the gift of the present moment. And with every new breath is a new arrival into the present moment. If you can start to think of it that way, we can maybe train ourselves to even be more grateful in the moment with our breath, more relaxed and more clear, just from being mindful about what the breath actually is for us, and it is a new arrival. So take another long, slow, deep breath in. And out. Sit for a few more seconds and let the stillness and silence settle in, just for a few more seconds. When you are ready, you can open your eyes. That's it for this time. If this meditation was helpful for you, please feel free to click like or subscribe to our channel. You can go to our website at calmthebleepdownshow.com, and you can find us on social media there. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our podcast, and send us a message if you like. That's it for today. I'm your host, Michael Beckemeyer, reminding you to please calm the bleep down, and we'll see you again soon. Namaste.